Thanks, Scott. Good evening. Welcome to the May 5th reconvened meeting of the Edina Board of Appeal and Equalization. This meeting is being held electronically to comply with the Governor's Stay Safe Minnesota order and to ensure the safety of all residents and all staff. All members of the local board and assessing staff are participating from their homes or offices. Before we begin, if you would like to provide testimony or make an appeal, you can call 1-800-374-0221 with conference ID number 547-8129. After connecting to the conference call, please press *1 on your telephone keypad to speak during a specific case or at the end when we will hear any other appeals. An operator will mute your line and place you into a queue until it's your turn to speak. Calls will be taken later in tonight's meeting. The first order on the agenda is a call to order. The reconvened meeting of the Edina Board of Appeals and Equalization will now come to order. Jamie, could you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers.
Present.
Rhonda Bland.
Present.
Bill Buckbold.
Present.
Ed Craycraft.
Present.
Michael McCauley.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Let the record show that we have a quorum. The next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes from our virtual meeting on April the 21st, 2021. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? No?
Mr. Chair, I move to accept the minutes as presented.
I
Thank
second.
Thank you, Rhonda. Jamie, would you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers.
Aye.
Rhonda Bland.
Aye.
Bill Buckbold.
Aye.
Ed Craycraft.
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is actions on appeals. Applications were received at the initial meeting on April 21st, 2021. We are here tonight to take action on those appeals. Appellants will receive notification of the board's decision by letter. Property owners who are not satisfied with the board's decision may pursue their appeal to the County Board of Appeal and Equalization or the Minnesota Tax Court.
Okay. Tonight, we'll start with case number 1, which is Ann and Tim Anderson, 6105 Lincoln Drive, Unit 241. The 2021 original estimated market value is $258,700. A staff report was prepared on this property, and the recommendation of the appraiser is that the 2021 value be sustained at $258,700.
All right, are there any questions from the board? Adrian, I have a question. The assessor's reported noted that there were improvements made to the property. Can you, and perhaps I overlooked this, can you remind me when those improvements were made and what they were?
Well, the best of our knowledge, we have never been inside this unit. The information that we had, and that's why there was a big discrepancy from the previous year's assessment to the new assessment, was becoming aware of those improvements somewhere between 2012 and when it sold last year in 2020. A lot of these condos, they don't necessarily pull permits for any of the updates, so we may not be aware of them and until it does sell, especially if it was done prior to the last couple of years. We're not seeing contractors pull permits for improvements.
Interesting.
It just happens. I mean, just like in a single family home, say a homeowner does the work themselves, or they find somebody to do a lot of the cosmetic work without having to pull a permit, we wouldn't know until something happens, as far as a sale. And then we would investigate and find out, why there was a huge discrepancy.
Got it. Were you able to make contact with this property owner?
Yes, they had called right away off of the valuation notice, and I explained the situation. And granted, yes, the previous owner did, get to pay lower taxes on a lower value with an improved, and I don't know when they did it. We were there last time in 2016, did get through some of the condos at Edina West, but not all of them. So, we do what we can year by year with the information we have.
Sure. But I mean, the assessed value is pretty close to the arm's length sales price.
Yeah, we have, I have them valued based on condition, and there's, 40 units in a building. I would say a quarter of them are, really improved. Some, another quarter are somewhat improved, and then the other half, we have ours original. And we don't know if we haven't been inside, if they still are or not.
Makes sense. Okay, thank you. Those are all my questions. I think you've answered them.
Adrian, I had a quick question. Why you didn't just use the sale price then if it's an October 2020 sales price? It looks like a little bit of a discount.
Yeah, what we do is we analyze all the sales in 2020, and there's always a range. So that is an acceptable range to be not at 100% when you're looking at all of the condos that are sold. There were 6 other sales of similar models in Edina West that sold, within a range, and that's the acceptable amount of want to be assessed wide based on the sale.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Ed, I believe you had a question.
Were there any insights provided by the homeowner as to why that they overpaid for this property? If they believe the tax value should be lower than what they paid?
They were just mad that it wasn't assessed properly the previous year. Because he said it had been improved. But we didn't know that. So they just didn't know that it was assessed very low until they actually saw the documentation that was sent to them. They just bought it in October. So they just started receiving documents. So they weren't aware of it. They didn't look into it at all before purchasing. And that happens a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions from board members? Rhonda, Michael?
No,
No?
I'm unsatisfied.
Well, I'd make a motion to sustain the assessed value at $258,700 as recommended by the city appraiser.
I'll second the motion.
Jamie, will you take a roll call on that?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Phil Buckbold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Case number 2 is Rick Nelson, 7241 Ohms Lane. The original 2021 estimated market value is $1,821,300. The owner had requested $100 per square foot. Staff report concluded a value of $1,551,500 for January 2nd of 2021.
Any questions from the board? Andrew, Ed, Rhonda, Michael? Not seeing any. My only question real quickly is, was this property part of kind of larger group of office condominiums that had appealed, and many of them had stated there was a discrepancy in square footage. And if so, has that been corrected?
Yes. So the discrepancy in the square footage is the difference between what we call a gross building area, which is what we use because it's public information, and a net rentable area, which is what a lot of the owners were using for comparison. And that is not public information. So we do everything in gross building area because it is, you know, a value that we can disclose and discuss. And net rentable area, even though there are some standards to calculate it, not everybody uses those standards. So it can vary widely by property, you know, how they're using that.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you, Sheila. That answers my question, and I just wanted to make, I know it's in the staff report, but in case anyone is called in from those properties, I wanted them to hear that as well.
Yeah.
All right. No other questions? Do we have a motion? I'll move to sustain the assessed value, or
Reduce.
the reassessed value, we should say, at 115 feet a square foot, which is $1,551,500.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
Andrew will second. Thank you, Andrew. Jamie, will you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Bill Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Case number 3 will appear under our assessor recommendations. That's Mark Gasselton, 7201 Ohms Lane. Between our last meeting and today's meeting, we were able to come to an agreement on the market value for that property. So that will appear as case number 12. And those cases will be done together under assessor recommendations.
Case 2.
So then we go on to case number 4. J. Lindsay, 7240 Metro Boulevard. The 2021 original estimated market value is $1,070,400. The owner requested a value that the owner did not indicate a value on their application for their opinion of value. A staff report was prepared on 7240 Metro Boulevard, and it is the appraiser's opinion that the value be reduced from $1,070,400 to $951,500.
Any questions from the board? No questions. Okay, I'd move to follow the city assessor's value and sustain the revised valuation of $951,500.
I second it.
Rhonda seconds. Jamie, would you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Bill Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
You're muted.
Thank you. The next case is York Plaza Apartments, Terry Steffen, 7230 through 7260 York Avenue South. The original 2021 estimated market value is $52,349,600. The owner had requested a value of $183,250 per unit. A staff report was prepared on this property, and the indicated market value is $52,349,600 or no change.
Any questions from board members? I have one question, and I apologize if this is laid out within your reports, Sheila. If I recall correctly, the original appeal had noted just significant upkeep associated with this quote unquote aging apartment complex. Did you speak to this property owner, and if so, can you share your perspective in terms of the level of upkeep that this place requires?
Yes, so I did, Terry and I have talked and discussed this, and when we're valuing apartments, we use an operating expense ratio, and that varies by the age and the quality of the apartment. So in this income pro forma that I did, I used a 34% operating expense ratio, which is pretty typical, and that's what I'm seeing in that age of product. And then on top of that, I'm also using a reserve for replacement of capital items. So it isn't, if they needed to replace a roof in a single year, it wouldn't be that amount of money, but it's more a budgeting type factor that's in the income approach. So those things were taken into consideration, as well as the sales of similar aged properties and where they were falling, what people are willing to buy those properties for.
Got it. Okay. So the 34% kind of in your pro forma represented like ongoing maintenance, leaky pipe, stuff like that, whereas the reserve is, new elevator shafts or new roofs, more of the capital.
Right. So the operating expense ratio is basically what you need to do every year to keep the building running, but the reserves are more to take care of some of those more capital items that don't happen every year.
Got it. And both of those are they're in line with market averages.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's all I had. We have a motion from the board.
I move to sustain the evaluation as submitted.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
I heard Michael first, so Michael seconds the motion. Amy, would you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Phil Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Case number 6 is Bob Brunmeyer, 7250 Metro Boulevard. The original estimated market value is $2,394,600. The owner's requested value is $1,751,507. A staff report was prepared indicating a a decrease from 2,394,600 to 2,039,900.
Any questions from the board? No? Okay. Well, given we're applying the same price per square footage factor and net rentable area versus gross building area discrepancy has been discussed already, I'd move to sustain the city assessor's reduction in value recommendation at 2,039,900.
I second.
Rhonda second. Thank you, Rhonda. Jamie, would you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Bill Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Case number 7 is 7261 Ohms Lane. The 2021 original estimated market value is 893,800. The owner is requesting a value per square foot between $95 and $105 per square foot. A staff report was prepared on this property indicating a reduction in value from 893,800 to 794,500.
Any questions from the board?
Well, just a quick one, Sheila. Have you conveyed this to this particular owner? Are they disputing the 794 number, or?
Yeah, so all of the owners at the OCC condos who appealed were contacted and offered the reduction in value, and one of the 4 agreed with it and 4 didn't.
Thank you.
Is there any particular reason why this parcel is a slightly higher value per square foot? It's at 120 and the prior 2 have been 115.
Right, so 2 of the buildings are about half of the size of the 3 larger ones. So there's 2 buildings that appealed that are 1 story, and they're right around, they're 6,000 to 7,000 square feet. And then there's 3 2-story buildings that vary in size, but they're around 13 to 17,000 square feet. So as the size in a product goes up, the price per square foot tends to go down a little bit. So that's why the larger buildings were at 115 per square foot and the smaller buildings are at 120 per square foot.
Okay. Got it. No further questions for me. Anyone else on the board?
I would move that we sustain the valuation as submitted at 794,500.
I'll second that motion.
Andrew seconds. Jamie, would you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Bill Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Case number 8 is J. Scott, 4941 77th Street West. This was an appeal that we received after our April 26th. Well, we received it on April 26th, which was a few days after our board meeting. So Sheila has been in contact with the owner, working on a resolution. And as of yesterday, we did come to an agreement on a revised market value, and that will appear under our assessor recommendations as case number 26. So that is it for the appeals from our first meeting. The next on the agenda is if there's anyone that wishes to call in, they should call in now. Callers will have up to 10 minutes each to speak. If you'd like to testify, you can call 800-374-0221 with conference ID 497-8528. After connecting to the conference, press *1 on your telephone keypad to speak. An operator will mute your line and place you into a queue until it's your turn to speak.
Hey, Bob, this is Dan Reesig with Communications and members of the board. Just letting you know, as of right now, we do not have anyone in the queue, and I do want to clarify the conference ID number is 5478129 for anyone who needs to call it. And with that said, I would advise we wait about a minute or so just to give the online stream time for the delay.
Thanks, Dan.
So I have it as 5:58, been a little over a minute, and we do not have any callers on the line. So if you are comfortable moving forward, please feel free to do so.
Thank you, Dan. So, Mr. Chair, the next item on the agenda is the assessor valuation change recommendations. These are properties that include valuation reviews that occurred less than 10 days prior to the board meeting on the 21st, and also properties that have recently sold. There are 18 cases that were on the addendum Roman numeral 6. Before I read those cases and those recommendations into the record, are there any specific questions about any of these cases that anyone would like to have addressed? Okay. If not, what I'll do is I'll read those cases into the record, and then we will take a vote on those in a single motion. Okay. So I'll start with case number 9, 5721 McGuire Road, PID number 05116-2134-0041. The 2021 original estimated market value was $460,200. Assessor's recommendation is $404,400. The next one is 06116-2142-0034, 6708 Cheyenne Trail. The 2021 estimated market value was $1,904,600. We are recommending a value of $1,465,000. The next one is 08116-2133-0156. The address is 7712 Gleason Road. The original market value for 2021 was $335,000. The assessor's recommendation is $325,000. The next case is 09-116-2124-0027. The address is 7201 Ohms Lane. The original market value was $1,811,700, and the assessor's recommendation is $1,543,300. The next one is 18-028-2432-0018, 4924 Dale Drive. The original market value was $1,191,200. The assessor's recommendation is $1,050,000. The next case is 18-028-2444-0068, 5312 Halifax Avenue. The original market value was $763,900. The assessor's recommendation is $500,000. The next case is 19-028-2422-0066. The address is 5532 Concord Avenue. The original market value was $700,900. The assessor's recommendation is $615,000. The next case is 20-028-2421-0089. The address is 5410 Abbott Place. The original market value was $798,300. The assessor's recommendation is $772,600. The next case is 20-028-2424-0152. The address is 5609 Beard Avenue South. The original market value was $1,098,400. The assessor's recommendation is $1 million. The next case is 20-028-2434-0015. The address is 6009 Beard Avenue South. The original market value was $351,500. The assessor's recommendation is $330,000. The next one is 29-028-2424-0225, 6550 York Avenue South. The original market value was $6,772,700. The assessor's recommendation is $4,600,000. The next one is 29-028-2434-0117. The address is 6800 York Avenue South. The original market value was $65,379,600. The recommendation for the assessor's recommendation is $59,983,700. The next case is 30-028-2423-0082, 4730 66th Street West. $849,100 was the original market value. The assessor's recommendation is $830,400. The next case is 3117-2132-0004. The address is 5100 Lincoln Drive. The original market value was $12,724,400. The assessor's recommendation is $10,500,000. The next case is 3117-2134-0037. The address is 5170 Kelsey Terrace. The original market value was $1,396,000. The assessor's recommended value is $1,375,000. The next case is 32-117-2141-0015. The address is 5416 Countryside Road. The original market value is $423,000. The assessor's recommendation is $419,000. The next case is 33-117-2131-0061, 5829 Eastview Drive. The original market value is $605,800. The assessor's recommended value is $565,000. And the last case is 31-028-2433-0028. The address is 4941 77th Street West. The original market value was $4,901,500, and the assessor's recommended value is $4,472,800. Those are all of the recommendations.
Thank you, Bob. I'd make a motion to accept and approve these recommendations. Would anyone like to second?
I'll second that.
Andrew will second. Thank you, Andrew. Jamie, will you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Phil Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
and Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Last item on tonight's agenda is adjourning for this year. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Rhonda moves to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Ed will second. Jamie, will you please take a roll call?
Andrew Ayers,
Aye.
Rhonda Bland,
Aye.
Phil Buckfold,
Aye.
Ed Craycraft,
Aye.
Michael McCauley.
Aye.
Great. Thank you, everyone. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.